Yes. Oh, okay. Good there.
Just make sure you copy the email. Is there anything else I have to sign up for? Can you put it on Facebook or Twitter?
Okay.
So just in case somebody is wondering, like, or you're wondering, you go to on your phone, try to listen to yourself, and it's like a whole new thing.
I never listen to myself.
You don't go back and listen to your Spotify and ask the goals or anything like that.
Never. Only when I went back to watch the Browns.
Oh yeah.
We also occasionally go back and watch stuff like sometimes they're
Sometimes the guy's not on the ice.
like the away show, like we were watching you're like, I don't think
Sometimes the referee just sees something he thinks he sees. Usually the ref will go over and ask the bench. Not before, but I guess that's everything.
And then sometimes the person who's playing on the ice who scores a goal isn't supposed to be playing. That's my favorite.
Yeah.
Trevor Smith was suspended for really late, and then he got a goal. And I was instructed not to tell anyone who told him he was here. So it's kind of like, and this good man scored the goal. Really?
He wasn't suspended. He wasn't suspended. He was fine to play, yeah. Yep. He was on the game sheet and all that. No, he was not suspended.
Okay, well that's good.
Because that's funny, right? Right? Yeah, no, he was funny.
Well, that's good because it made me really nervous that whole game.
Yeah.
It wasn't me thinking he wasn't supposed to be playing. Trevor told me not to tell him.
Oh, yeah. No,
It's like,
no, I asked. I asked afterwards because I wondered about that, and
that was also all just
it is good to have the audio on the right device.
it helps. I always check because every now and then it decides to do something else. So.
I was going to ask if you guys wanted to do an audio.
Take our chances. They'll let us know if it's not.
Yeah.
Somebody always does. Before the storm. What? Yeah, there was a smaller one. Oh. That was a new one. I got the one at the bench over there too.
It's very Shadows are wrong. Have you tested the audio, Jordan, for the...
Test. 1, 2, test.
Okay, so... You can see it there.
If you can see it there.
I heard some fighting. I think it's working.
Test. 1, 2, testing. 1, 2, test. 1, 2.
That's a bad delay.
It's a lot of fighting. Okay, they're still out of the ice.
No, go to where it's live. Okay. That'll help.
Well, there was some kind of audio happening. I heard you say that's a bad delay.
We're gonna make it a cameo.
Yeah, so don't talk too loud.
Well, that's all right. That's not going to stop me. I'm here to cheer for a hockey team.
Oh, it's fine.
Just good to know.
Oh, yeah. You know, well, then I got to just tone it down a little bit.
Okay, we're gonna go sit. Yeah, it's probably good.
It's not me.
No, we heard of it. It does Doug was talking to us.
No, this guy's the worst part of them all. Phyllis is even worse than Ian.
Yeah.
Aren't you, Phyllis?
Screamers.
I said, you're even worse than Ian.
Yeah, but it'll be good to listen to it.
No catches, sir. No catches on. No catches. No catches on. That's okay. Even the last thing I heard. Here.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to WOAA Senior Hockey. My name is Jordan McKinnon. I'll be with you tonight. And welcome inside the Durham and District Community Center. Tonight, the Durham Thundercats are hosting the Saugeen Shores Winterhawks. The Durham Thundercats 13-3-1 on the season, second place in the WOAA North Division. Saugeen Shores 8-8-1 on the season. They are in fourth place in the North Division. These two teams have met 3 times already this season. On October 17th in Port Elgin, it was a 6-2 win for the Saugeen Shores Winterhawks. And then here in Durham on Halloween night, October 31st, the Thundercats came away with a 4-2 win. And just a couple of weeks ago, December 18th in Port Elgin, it was a 3-1 win for Durham. Winterhawks road record coming into tonight, 4-3-1 on the season. Durham is 6-1-1 at home. These two teams look very similar statistically, however. You look at the defensive side of the coin, these two teams do not give up very many goals. The Winterhawks averaging 3.29 goals against per game. That is second in the North Division. The Thundercats not far behind, 3.47 goals against per game. That is good for third in the North Division. What is special teams is where these two teams differ. The Winterhawks struggling on the main advantage. They have just 10 power play goals this season. That is tied for the fewest in the league. Durham has a league best 26 power play goals. Winterhawks looking to climb in the standings. They currently sit 4th place in the North Division. They are 1 point ahead of the Shallow Lake Crushers, who sit in 5th place, and they are 1 point behind the Ripley Wolves for 3rd place. So a win tonight would vault the Winterhawks into 3rd place, as the Wolves do not play tonight. We should pass along a note. Defenseman Jacob Brown is not in the Winterhawks lineup tonight. He is serving the 2nd of a 5-game suspension. That suspension he received for a head check on Shallow Lake Crushers forward Kevin Bearns. Also going on tonight in the WOAA Senior Hockey League, the Lucknow Lancers are at the Mapleton Minto 81s. That game is being played in Drayton. And the Shelburne Muskies are at the Shallow Lake Crushers. Winterhawks offensive attack led by Brian Kazarian. He has 19 points in 14 games this season, 5 goals and 14 assists. And another name to keep an eye out for tonight is number 91, Trent Hawk. He had a decent start to the season, but has come on in the last 3 games. He has 10 points in his last 3 games. He is one to watch. Taking a look at the Durham Thundercats season, they stumbled a little out of the gate. They lost 3 of their first 5 games as they had some players sitting out due to suspension, but they have been on a tear since then. They have just 1 overtime loss to blemish their record in the past 12 games, and they are currently on a 4-game winning streak. Currently, Durham sits 13-3-1 on the season. That is 2nd place in the North Division. They are 3 points behind the 1st place Mapleton Minto 81s, and they are comfortably 9 points up on 3rd place Ripley. Keep an eye out tonight for the players leading the Durham attack. Number 9, Chris Brown, is one to watch. He has 8 goals, 21 assists for 29 points in 17 games this season. Also keep an eye out for number 5, Randy Cox. He sits at 28 points. And number 24, Bill Terpstra, he sits at 25 points. Thundercats will be off tomorrow, but they will be on the road Sunday in Lions Head as the Shallow Lake Crushers move a game north of the checkerboard. That game will be in Lions Head on Sunday afternoon. Starting in goal tonight for the Saugeen Shores Winterhawks is number 35, Josh Sturrock. He is 8-6-1 on the season with a 2.85 goals against average and a .915 save percentage. We will confirm it in just a few minutes, but I believe the starting goaltender for Durham is number 29, Gatlin Burt. He is 8-1-0 on the season with a 2.67 goals against average and a .927 save percentage. Not in the lineup tonight for the Saugeen Shores Winterhawks, number 5, Jacob Brown, number 10, Dylan Welts, number 14, Jordan Rolston, number 26, Dave Mercer, number 29, Alex Penner, number 44, Josh Jackson. Tonight, backing up is number 31, Kevin McGivern. Waiting for the teams to come out here. Zamboni off the ice. Winterhawks will be back in action tomorrow night. They are on the road again. They will be in Ripley to face the Ripley Wolves for a 7:30 start. That one, a big one in the standings, as we already mentioned. The Winterhawks coming into tonight 1 point back of Ripley, and they will be no worse than 1 point back going into that game, as Ripley does not play tonight. Winterhawks remaining scheduled on January 16th. They will be in Shelburne for an 8 o'clock start. On Friday, January 22nd, back home against Shelburne, 8:30 start in Port Elgin. Saturday, January 23rd, they are at the Lucknow Lancers for a 7:30 start. And then 2 games at home to finish the season. Friday, January 29th, at home against the Shelburne Muskies, 8:30 start. And Saturday, January 30th, rounding out the regular season against the Mapleton Minto 81s, a 7:30 start. Yet it is Gatlin Burt starting in goal tonight for the Durham Thundercats, as the Thundercats have taken the ice. Not in the lineup tonight for Durham is number 3, Brock West, number 4, Jason Tremble, number 10, Kevin Tremble, number 16, Hayden Campbell, number 17, John Aiken, number 20, Brad Pitt. Backing up tonight, I believe, for Durham is number 1, Scott Kuglin. Still waiting on the Winterhawks here as they have yet to make an appearance from the dressing room. Your line combinations tonight for the Winterhawks: Brian Kazarian centering Curtis Johnson and Andy Fraz. Blake Underwood is centering Trent Hawk and Brent McDermott. Dave Grant is centering Andy Mitchell and Brendan Hafling. And Chris King centering Greg Wardell and Jay Thompson. On defense, Greg Tatey paired with Justin Ainsley wearing number 23 tonight. Nick Quaid paired up with Mike Smales. Trevor Smith on the blue line tonight. His defense partner making his season debut is number 21, Kyle Rolston. As the Winterhawks come out onto the ice, and as and we are just about set to go here in Durham. Thundercats starting their big line. Chris Brown, Randy Cox, and Bill Terpstra. They will have Jeff McMillan, and Kyler Nixon on defense. Winterhawks starting a line. Blake Underwood, Brent McDermott, and Trent Hawk with Greg Tatey and Justin Ainsley on the blue line. Josh Sturrock starting in goal. It's Gatlin Burt for Durham. And we are just about set to go here. We are underway in Durham. Winterhawks control off the draw. Tatey takes it back into his own zone. Sets up behind his own net. Tatey skating it out to the blue line. To the neutral zone. Tatey dumps it deep into the Durham zone. Burt's out to play it. Shoots it up the boards. Underwood picks it off. Underwood looks pass deflected behind the net. McDermott leaves it for Underwood. Back to the point. Ainsley puts it deep, but not deep enough. And Hawk can't hold it in. Winterhawks on a delayed offside. Terpstra over to Cox. Too far for Brown, and the puck is chipped back into the Durham zone. McMillan. Pass too far for Terpstra. He got a piece of it. No icing. Sturrock will leave it for Quaid. Turned over at the blue line. Winterhawks are able to chip it out to center as it's knocked back in by Van Dyke. Durham getting a change. Quaid sets up behind the net, over to Smales. Long pass over to Brian Kazarian. Kazarian leaves it for Frass. Shot. Burt got a piece of it, comes out to Smales. He puts it in behind the net. Kazarian in his feet. Knocked off the puck. It comes up the board, picked up by Väisänen, whose pass hits a skate and just comes out to the neutral zone. Johnston shoots in, and Burt makes the save, hangs on it with 18:31 to go here in the first period. And another face-off control by Durham. Puck ringed around the boards. Schott will try to knock it out. He can't, and Durham will try it again as the pass goes too far, and that will go for icing as it will come back into the Durham zone for the face-off. Kyle Rolston making his season debut tonight for the Winterhawks. You're looking to work some of the rust off, wearing his traditional number 21. Paired up tonight with Trevor Smith. Thundercats control off the draw, off the glass, and out to center. Mitchell knocks it down. Winterhawks have to get onside. It is shot down the ice. Back to get it is Rolston. Rolston turns it over right in front, and it's off. Stopped by Sturrock as Rolston turned it over right by his net. I don't know how Sturrock kept that one out because it was right on the goal line. As Dave Grant brings it out to center. Pass over to Mitchell. Mitchell knocks it in. Burt will play it. Puts it on the glass and up. It will be stopped, and it is going to be called a high stick. As Ainsley was getting ready to step into the puck there, it was whistled down on a high stick as the faceoff comes out into the neutral zone. Draw one back to Ainsley. Over to his defense partner, Tatey. Back to Ainsley. Ainsley will pass up to King. King deflects the puck, but stolen. And it's knocked back into the Winterhawk zone. Tatey back to get it. Knocks it up the boards. Thompson. He's hit. Puck comes out to the point. Shot. Miss. Long and wide. Wardell can't catch up to it, and it's back for Dean Nixon. Nixon spins. Chips it up onto the boards to the neutral zone. And Rigney will pick it up. Braden Rigney with some room. He brings it into the Winterhawk zone. Shot blocked by Ainsley. And he gets the puck up to King, who can't handle the pass, and it's back to McMillan. McMillan. Chipped up to Rigney. Rigney makes a move. Quaid slows him down. Rigney pass to the point is picked off by Jay Thompson. Thompson. He dumps it in as he takes a hit from McMillan, and Burt's out to play it. Nixon. Turned over. Hawk picks it up for the Winterhawks. Makes a move around Kyler Nixon. Trent Hawk in. Shot wide. Terpstra will pick it up going the other way. Gets it to Cox.
Come on, boys.
Cox pass into the corner.
Guys, get on the...
Behind the net. Looking out front. Cox stripped. Terpstra there. Scores! Bill Terpstra. Puck turned over. Centering pass to Bill Terpstra. He put it in. It's 1-0 Durham. And we are just shy of 4 minutes into this game.
Durham goal scored by number 24,
To the point, shot goes wide from Van Dyke. So that goal is Bill Terpstra from Kyler Nixon, and Randy Cox they bang away again. Terpstra with another opportunity, but this one will come out to center. Shot into the Durham zone. Johnston gives chase, but Van Dyke will get it out to the neutral zone. Fraz picks it up and gets it over to Trevor Smith. Over to Rolston. Rolston pass into Kazarian. Kazarian with a man on him, gets it over to Fraz. Andy Fraz shot through. Rebound is there. Kazarian, and he puts it wide. Terpstra will pick it up. And it will be Zegel picking it out into the Winterhawks zone. Held in at the blue line by Väisänen. And knocked back in. Thundercats back on side as Tatey picks it up. Tatey. Pass over. And that goes too far. It will go for icing with 14:58 remaining here in the first period. It is 1-0 for the Durham Thundercats on a goal by Bill Terpstra. Dave Grant to take the draw for the Winterhawks. It is they're thrown out. Andy Mitchell will try it now, and it will be Zegel for Durham. Draw one. It's up on the glass. Rigney centering pass. Nobody home. Goes into the far corner. Tatey will get to it. Chip it up the boards. Kept in as they fight away. Behind the net. Ainsley up to Grant. To Hafling. Hafling overskates the puck. Puts it in deep. Dave Grant steals in the corner. Centering pass right in. Big save by Bird on Andy Mitchell. Andy Mitchell had a point-blank opportunity, and it was turned away by Bird. And it is Quaid back to get it. Picked up by Dave Grant as he brings it in. Grant loses it, and it's chipped out to center by Brendan Ray. Smales. Pass over to Mitchell. He brings it over the line, puts it in deep as he takes a hit. Wardell gives chase. Puck over to McMillan. In the corner. Puck hits the glass. King centering pass. Nobody home, and it's the Thundercats coming away with Ray. Shoots. Sturrock turns that aside. Kyler Nixon back to the point. McMillan winds up, shot, deflects in the crease right there, and it's in! It's a goal! And it's 2-0 Durham as that one hit 2 or 3 people on the way in. We'll see.
Right person for sports.
Not quite. We'll see who gets the credit there. That hit a number of people on the way in. You try to follow the bouncing puck. It's 2-0 Durham. Winterhawks off the draw. So that was the old double deflection. Just like they drew it up. McMillan shot, hit Nixon and Brendan Ray, and he gets the goal, 2-0 for Durham. We are just shy of the 7-minute mark here, the first period. Trevor Smith up to Underwood. Underwood. And that shot is gloved by Burt, and he hangs on for the draw. To his right. Van Dyke brings it out to center for Durham. Played in deep. Sturrock will leave it and then move it up to Kyle Rolston. 2-on-1. Brian Kazarian and Curtis Johnston. Johnston shot stopped by Burt. He hangs on. 2-on-1 form there real quick. As Rolston got it up to Kazarian. Kazarian and Gatlin Burt makes the save. Winterhawks looking to get on the board here. Down 2-0 here in the first period. Draw controlled by Durham. Out to center. Ainsley knocks it down. Tries to get it back in. Johnston will bring it in. Pass over to Kazarian. Kazarian's pass. His shot is deflected up into the screening and out of play. Thundercats bring it out to center. Van Dyke gets it deep. Ainsley back to get it on the glass, and that one will come out to the neutral zone. Keith McMillan back to get it. Randy Cox had the pucks get away from him. John Aiken knocked down, can't get the puck deep. Winterhawks back the other way, 2-on-1. Dave Grant and Brendan Hafling. Grant, pass deflected, rebound is there. It's in. It was in Burt's feet and it stays out. Gatlin Burt had it in his feet, didn't know it, but he managed to not put it in his own net. As Dave Grant had an opportunity there. Hafling over to Grant. As things open up here a little bit, Grant to the net. Shot scores! Andy Mitchell! Dave Grant found Andy Mitchell in the slot, and they made no mistake this time. It's 2-1. The lead is cut.
Let's go, boys!
Andy Mitchell gets the Winterhawks on the board. 2-1 now for Durham. Dave Grant with a beautiful feed out front. Shot. Winterhawks at it again. Frost, he's hit, knocked down. Puck comes back out to center. That scoring play is Andy Mitchell from Dave Grant and Brendan Hafling at 8:31 of the first period. Smales to center. Smales shoots it into the Durham zone. Kazarian gives chase. Knocked up the boards. Quaid will pinch in. Comes out to Kazarian, turns fire, stopped by Burt. He just got a piece of it. As Kazarian heads to the bench now, Visenen picks it up for Durham. It's it back to Kyler Nixon. Visenen to the neutral zone. Winterhawks steal it. Picked up by Jay Thompson. He fans on the dump-in attempt. And Kyler Nixon brings it in. Centering pass, nobody home. Chris King will pick it up and get it out to the neutral zone and down the ice for icing as Chris King just turned and fired it and iced the puck. So it will come back to the Saugeen Shore zone. 10:21 to play here in the first period. It is a 2-1 lead for the Durham Thundercats. Trevor Smith up the boards. Nixon and Hawk. And Hawk will come away with it. Chips it out to center and down the ice. That will go for icing as well. And that one will come back down to the Saugeen Shore zone again. Trevor Smith controls off the draw, gets it up to Hawk. Hawk to the middle, to McDermott. McDermott into the corner, shoots it at the net, and it bounces up in the air, comes down, and it will be Brendan Ray, who's hit by Trevor Smith. Kyle Rolston gets it up. Hawk And chipped ahead to Blake Underwood. Underwood with a man going to the net. Can't get the pass over. And it is turned out to center. Kyle Rolston back to get it. Trevor Smith. Into the feet of McDermott. Van Dyke knocks it up into the neutral zone and down into the Winterhawks zone. No icing. Ainsley back to get it. Ainsley with a man on him. Mitchell chips it out to center. Dave Grant can't get to that pass, and it's going to be Mitchell trying it again. Just slaps it off the boards. And Rigney for Durham. He's knocked over. As the puck goes back into the Saugeen Shore zone, Ainsley back to get it, and it will be an intentional offside. Maybe it's coming all the way back to Durham zone. The referee made the call on that one. The old three-line pass. 8:54 to play here in the first period. It is 2-1 for Durham. Dave Grant out there with Hafling and Mitchell. Tatey and Ainsley on the points. Tatey off the draw. Shoots. Stopped by Burt, and that will go up into the screening and out of play. They will try it over again. Draw one again by the Winterhawks. Comes back to Tatey. Shot through a crowd. It's there. Doesn't make it. And it will be Cox picking it up, and he chips it out to center. Terpstra gives chase. Tatey knocks it back. Brown picks it up for Durham. Keith McMillan shoots it in. Sturrock will leave it for Tatey. Tatey, pass up to Kazarian. To Mitchell. Mitchell shoots, stopped. Comes back out to Burt. He steers that aside as Kazarian battles in the corner with Brown. Kazarian tries to feed Mitchell. Can't get to him. And here comes Terpstra. Over the blue line. Terpstra, shot blocked. Brown picks it up. He's watched by Hafling. Centering pass goes wide. Kept in. Behind the net to Terpstra. Out front, Cox can't get a shot away. It comes out to the point to Dean Nixon. Shot goes wide. Comes back out to the point to Nixon. He puts it in behind the net to Terpstra. Too hot for him to handle. Quaid will cycle it back, but it's Randy Cox there. He steals. And he will try to make it out front, and the net is off. And there will be a face-off with 7:42 to play. Winterhawks with a fourth line shift here. King, Wardell, and Thompson. One here, shot through, stop, rebound, cleared away and down the ice. And there will be an icing as it will come back down. Sturrock made the save. The rebound was sitting there, and the Winterhawks make the safe play and shoot it down the ice. Off the draw, Zegel, and his shot is gloved by Sturrock, and he hangs on. Winterhawks getting a change here. The Underwood line comes out. Chipped out to center, no icing. Back to get it is Aiken for Durham. Aiken sets up behind his own net. Underwood watches. Aiken to Rigney. Rigney brings it to center with speed. Rigney. He's lined up by Trevor Smith. He lays the body, and it comes back out to center. Penalty coming. Penalty coming to Durham. It will be an interference call. So the Winterhawks will head to the power play. It'll be Visenen heading off. He put Trevor Smith down after the fact, and it is an interference call. So the Winterhawks heading to their first power play of the night. Looking to tie this game up. They trail 2-1 here in the first period. Kazarian, Johnston, and Fraz with Hafling and Quaid. Hafling tries to hold it in, can't do it. It's offside. And that is blown dead on the offside. Hafling over to Quaid. Quaid up to Kazarian. They gain the zone over to Johnston. Johnston, line shot, deflects wide. Fraz will get it in the corner. Fraz behind the net. Johnston. Johnston skates out of the corner. Back into the corner. Behind the net to Fraz. Fraz loses control to Johnson. Johnson jam play goes wide. Hafling will keep it in with a backhander, putting it behind the net. Kazarian tries to keep it in, can't. Hafling will succeed. Johnston in front. Kazarian can't get a stick on it, and it goes wide. Shot around Brown, and Randy Cox gives chase, but Hafling back to get it. 1:06 left in the man advantage for the Winterhawks. Brendan Hafling up to Blake Underwood. Underwood waits, tries to set things up in front. Trent Hawk couldn't get a stick on it. Hawk back to the point. Rolston over to Brent McDermott. McDermott to Underwood. Underwood to McDermott on the point. Back to Underwood. Underwood, pass blocked. He gets it again. And Underwood will look down low to Mitchell. Mitchell shields the puck into the slot. Hawk. And it's kept in by McDermott. Underwood to McDermott. McDermott shoots through a crowd, deflects wide. Underwood will pick it up again. 23 seconds left in the man advantage. Hawk. Underwood overskates. Behind the net, Hawk can't get to it. Kyle Rolston will keep it in. Behind the net, Hawk. 7 seconds left in the penalty, and it will be shot out and down the ice. And that will do it. They are back to 5-on-5 as Rolston shoots it in. Keith McMillan. Rigney gets it out to center. Squigna along the boards. Around behind the net, Tatey will pick it up. Tatey. Pass hits a skate. And Wardell will pick it up for the Winterhawks. Brings it in, shot wide, high and wide. Wardell chasing after it. Shot will pick it up for Durham. He's knocked down by Wardell. Puck into the Winterhawks zone. Sturrock holds up for Tatey. Brings it around, comes all the way down the ice. And that will just barely make it for icing. With 4:13 to play here in the first period, it is a 2-1 lead for the Durham Thundercats. Shot from the point doesn't make it. Smales clears it out of trouble. King will chip it up to Wardell. Wardell can't handle it. And Durham turns it back. Visenen. Rigney. His pass hits a shin pad. Comes out to center. Picking it up is Aiken. Gets it over to his defense partner, Dean Nixon. Shot in deep by Wardell. He'll go for a change. Burt will play it around the boards to Zegel. Thompson will keep it in. Hits the referee. Comes out. Hafling makes a move. Hafling around behind the net. Hafling looking for somebody out front. Centering pass doesn't make it. And Zegel will pick it up for Durham. Visenen over to Zegel. Zegel makes a move in or around. He shoots, scores! What a play! Ryan Zegel. Trevor Smith up to Andy Mitchell, goes in. Hafling just missed one. So that is Zegel from Weisenen and Rigney at 16:40 of the first period. Durham takes a 3-1 lead. That is an icing call on Durham. 2:58 left on the clock here in the first period. Hayfling. Shot in by Brown. Stood up by Rolston at the blue line. Pass over to Mitchell. Shot in. McMillan back for Durham. Mitchell knocks down. Shoots. Stopped. Rebound is there. It's there, and it's turned aside by Bird. Winterhawks trying to get to within one again. And that is offside at the Saugeen Shores blue line. Heck of a chance right in front of the Durham net. Mitchell and Grant just about teamed up for another one, but Gatla and Burt kept it out. Somehow Burt kept that one out. I think his flailing around his stick caught a piece of it. Tatey over to Ainsley. Ainsley brings it over the red line. He shoots it in. Takes a hop, and Burt will hang on to it for the face-off. Draw one by the Winterhawks. Ainsley shoots through a crowd, stopped by Burt. And it comes around the other side. Puck comes out of the neutral zone. Ainsley will play it. And into Sturrock, makes the save, hangs on. That was a point-blank chance. With 1:58 to go here, Durham nearly made it a 4-1 lead. Underwood, Hawk, and McDermott the line for the Winterhawks. Draw controlled. Van Dyke puts it deep into the corner for Durham. Behind the net, Underwood picks it up. Spins away from one check. Gets it up to Hawk. Hawk gets it over the blue line, and they're going to call it offside. That was close. Thundercats bring it out to center. Zegel over to Rigney. Rigney heading towards the net. Backhander scores! Braden Rigney right in the top shelf.
Bring on another goaltender! What a save!
Braden Rigney with a beautiful backhander right into the top shelf. Sturrock didn't have a chance on that one. It's 4-1 Durham. Turned over at the blue line, shot in deep.
Durham goal scored number 18, Braden Rigney. Number 22, Ryan Bishop. Number 7, Keith McMillan. Time to goal, 1:27. Last of the play in the first period.
Down in the corner, Hayfling hit. Dave Grant centering pass picked off, and it will be Brown bringing it out into the Winterhawks zone. He stood up, but he gets it in behind the Winterhawks net. Trevor Smith up to Mitchell.
Keep your stick down, moron!
Smith up to Mitchell. Mitchell on the glass, knocked down with a high stick. Play continues. Mitchell, backhander out to center. 25 seconds left in the period. Put in deep behind the Winterhawks net. Kyle Rolston picking it up. Around the boards, Trevor Smith clears it out to center. Knocked over to Kazarian. 10 seconds left. One last shot. Putting it in there is Winterhawks getting a change here with 10 seconds left. And it will be shot in by Squigna. And that will end the period. Durham up 4-1 after 20 minutes. And shots on goal, 14-10 in favor of the Winterhawks after one period of play, but the scoreboard reads 4-1 for the Durham Thundercats. Goals by Terpstra, Ray, Zegel, and Rigney. Andy Mitchell answering for the Winterhawks. It is 4-1 for the Durham Thundercats after one period of play. We will be back with the second period in about 15 minutes' time. Stand by. Welcome back for the second period here in Durham. It is all Thundercats early on, and this one, after one period of play, the Durham Thundercats lead the Saugeen Shores Winterhawks 4-1. And Kevin McGivern is coming in for the Winterhawks. Josh Sturrock is nowhere to be found. So McGivern is in. Sturrock is out. Do wonder if he was hurt, because he is not on the bench. We'll wait and see. Rolston off the draw. Into the Durham zone. Johnson shoots at the net. Puck bounces up in the air. It's cleared away and down the ice. Shot in deep. In behind the net, McMillan. All the way down the ice. That'll go for icing. We are 42 seconds into the second period here. Kevin McGivern is in for the Saugeen Shores Winterhawks, replacing Josh Sturrock. Stats not great for Mr. McGivern. He is 0-1 on the season, a 6 goals against average, and an .800 save percentage. Then we will try to find out what's going on with Sturrock. Gave up 4 goals in the first period, but they really weren't his fault. Perhaps an injury has arisen. That would be catastrophic for the Winterhawks. McDermott in the corner. Väisänen turns it over. Underwood knocks it deep into the Durham zone. Kept in by Hafling. Puck bounce in and he stops. Hafling.
That'll be enough on you. This goes 0-4 down.
It looks like Hafling is on defense now. There's Ainsley and Tadia. We'll try to have a look-see here who's... I think it might be Mike Smales. That is... He's on the bench, but maybe not going to play so much. John Aitken chips out to center. Ainsley knocks it down for the Winterhawks. Bringing it back, Dave Grant. He's got Mitchell going to the net. Shot. Goes wide. Kept in by Thompson. New lines here. Out front, Thompson shot. High and over the net. Tatey will try to keep it in. Winterhawks looking to get back in this one here. Grant behind the net. Out front. Mitchell can't get a stick on it. And coming the other way, shooting it in. And that puck rolled right out to McGivern. He had to dive on it. Puck hit the backboards and came right out by McGivern. He didn't realize it. And he dove on it just in time before the Durham players descended on it. Durham controls off the draw. Back to the point. Nixon stolen by Wardell. Wardell 2-on-1 with McMillan. Shot. Scores! Greg Wardell! And the Winterhawks are back in it. It's 4-2. Burt came way out to challenge him. And Wardell beat him with an old-fashioned slap shot. That goal. And Ainsley heading to the dressing room here, limping. Winterhawks down another defenseman. That goal was straight out of 1987. Wardell came in over the blue line, just took a slap shot, and it beat Burt.
Let's get on her.
In the corner now. Brown brings it out to center. Fraz will knock it into the Durham zone, but not far. He knocked back out to center. That was Greg Wardell scoring that goal. And as the puck went in the net, Justin Ainsley went to the Winterhawks dressing room limping, so he is gone. Winterhawks down a defenseman. Hafling's back on the blue line, as we already mentioned, and McMillan, long pass, and Terpstra will shoot it in for Durham. Back to get it is Quaid. Johnston can't make it to that one, but it's Fraz picking it up for the Winterhawks. Andy Fraz brings it in. Shot stopped by Burt. McDermott coming off the bench. Tried to catch up to that one. It will be kept in. Shot at the net. Burt makes the save, and he hangs on with McDermott hovering right over him. And it is 4-2 here. Just past the 4-minute mark of the second period. And it does look like the Winterhawks are down 2 defensemen here, as Smales and Ainsley are not available at this point. Tatey at the fans on the shot, and we'll get up Väisänen. And McGivern will hang on to that one. Face off to the left, pardon me, the right of Kevin McGivern. And that comes out to Blake Underwood, 3-on-2. Underwood shot stopped. Matt Hawk can't get a stick on the rebound. Play behind the net, Underwood.
Get in the corner.
Underwood skates out of the corner, back to the point to Tatey. Tatey shoots through a crowd, goes wide, comes back to Trevor Smith. Shot through, hits the side of the net. And Väisänen will pick it up for Durham. Van Dyke gets, or pardon me, yeah, Van Dyke gets it out to center. Winterhawks turn it back, but it's knocked back out to center, hits the referee's skate, and Hawk will bring it in. Lost that one, and it's Väisänen coming back for Durham. Väisänen 2-on-2 with Zegel. Väisänen goes wide. Tatey's got him, and he rubs him out along the board. Zegel out front. Back, cycled behind the net. Rolston. Here he goes with some speed. Kyle Rolston drops it for Hawk. Shot stop. Rebounds there, turned away. And it's knocked back out to center as Quaid just barely hung on to it as Lucas Schott was looking for a breakaway. Schott brings it in over to Squigna, and it will be turned back the other way. Thompson shoots it in. Mitchell in the corner. Thompson behind the net, centering pass, nobody home. And it is Shot from the point, gloved, and a man down along the boards. And it is Dean Nixon down. I think he had a stick in the face. 13:40 to play here in the second period. It is 4-2 for the Durham Thundercats. Greg Wardell getting a goal here in the second period to bring the Winterhawks within 2. Chris King pushes it forward off the draw. Kyler Nixon brings it around the boards. Picking it up is Brendan Ray. Ray, it's up to Squigno. Chips it by. He was behind the net. Wardell out there now. And turned over. Kyler Nixon brings it back the other way. Nixon. Tatey, long pass up. Nixon picks it off. And he is checked closely by Smales, who's back out there playing forward now. And it's an offside as the Winterhawks were changing. 12:48 to play here in the second period. So we've located Mike Smales. He's playing forward now. But there's no Justin Ainsley. He's gone to the dressing room. Ringed around the boards. Fraz behind the net. Kazarian out front. Johnston scores! Curtis Johnston, and the Winterhawks are within 1. The centering pass from Kazarian. Johnston just got a stick on it, just enough to redirect it in the net through the legs of Burt, and the Winterhawks are within 1 here in the second period. We have a game. Kazarian and Fraz should get the assists on the goal. It's 4-3. Here comes Fraz. Fraz. Now comes out to center. Kyle Rolston will shoot it back in. Trent Hawk gives chase as Van Dyke circles for McMillan. Hawk makes a move. Trent Hawk behind the net. Out front. Stopped. Kazarian point blank. Stopped by Burt. And Kyle Rolston back to get it. Icing indicated, and it will be icing with 11:56 to play here in the second period. It's now just a 4-3 lead for Durham as the puck comes back to the Durham zone for a faceoff.
Come on, Durham!
And out to center. Aiken over to Visanen. Visanen in to Rigney. Rigney's shot deflects up into the netting and out of play with 11:36 to play in the second period. And shot from the point, scores! Dean Nixon, a bullet from the point. It's 5-3. And it's 5-3.
Durham goal scored by number 11, Dean Nixon. Number 22, Martin Clayton. Number 18, Brandon Rickey. Signing the goal, 11.
Dean Nixon makes it 5-3 as McGivern was beat on the slapper from off the draw. Winterhawks control off the draw, hits the post. Trevor Smith's shot. And it will come back down into the Winterhawks zone. Trevor Smith gets it over to Tatey, turned over Rigney, makes a move. Out, centering pass. Aiken. Behind the net. Grant couldn't get a stick on it. It was all the way down the ice. That'll be icing on Durham. 10:33 to go here. It's 5-3. Off the draw, Rolston shot stopped by Birch. And we'll try it again here off the draw. King, Wardells, and Smales. And McMillan will get it over to Cox. Pass up to Shot. Shot all the way down into the Winterhawks zone. Smales cycles back to Quaid. Quaid takes a hit, tries to protect the puck, loses it, back to the point. Nixon shot, blocked. And Chris King tried to steal that one away. Couldn't get it. Got away from him behind the net. Circling out, Ben Davis shot goes wide and into the netting and out of play. So that will be blown down with 9:48 to play. Face off to the left of Kevin McGivern. Tatey rings it up the boards to Fraz, picked off by Terpstra. Down low to Cox. Back out to the point. Shot blocked. Kazarian. Long pass to Fraz. He's got McMillan on him. McMillan gets a step. Kazarian to Johnston. Shot stopped by Burt. Johnston looks out front. Kazarian couldn't get a stick on it. Cox will get it to the point, not out. Tatey holds it in. Back round, Burt will shoot it. Around, Fraz picks it up. Behind the net, Johnston. Johnston centering pass. Tatey pinching in. Couldn't get a stick on it. Kazarian spins away from a check. Tatey at the point, shot. Doesn't make it. Long breakaway pass for Terpstra. Terpstra shot stopped by McGivern. Shot through, blocked by Hafling, and the Winterhawks come away with McDermott. McDermott has Hawko in the net. Overskated the puck. And Underwood will pick it up. Underwood at the net, shoots wide on a tough angle. And it will be Väisänen bringing it out for Durham. Väisänen, he's checked at the blue line. The puck gets in deep. Smith will put it up on the boards to McDermott. McDermott over to Kyle Rolston, who plays it into the Durham zone. Underwood chases after. Burt rings it around and no icing as Rolston plays it up to Hawk. Trent Hawk protects, gives it pass in behind Underwood. And Durham will pick it up. Van Dyke, long pass into the Durham zone. No icing as McGivern falls on the puck. So again, Kevin McGivern is in the Winterhawks net. Josh Sturrock played the first period, did not come back out for the second period, and we don't really know where he is at this point. We can assume if he's not on the bench, he's probably injured, but we'll check on that. Long pass hits the Winterhawk, goes down into the Durham zone. Thompson throws it at the net, doesn't make it. Mitchell and Thompson down low, battling. Aitken down there with Cox. Backhander goes into the Winterhawks bench. And Jim Grieve ducking for cover on the bench there as that puck rattled off the beam. .7:23 to play here in the second period. 5-3 for Durham. Draw is one out into the neutral zone by the Winterhawks. Thompson waits for players to get onside, shoots it in, doesn't make it in too deep, and it's shot back out to the neutral zone. Hafling shoots it in on Burt. In the neutral zone. Squigna, 2-on-1, shoots wide. Dave Grant, long pass over to Thompson. Thompson throws a check and puts it into the Winterhawks bench. Face-off will come back down. 6:43 to play here in the second period. Shot in, McGivern steers that one wide. Puck pops out in front of the Winterhawks net. Flipped out to center, no icing. Smales gives chase. Smales knocks his man down. Behind the net, King.
I said that was a trip.
Comes out to the neutral zone. Smith back to Tatey.
Obviously, the referee didn't
Puck
think so.
hit a stick, but they decided to call it icing anyway. And 6:09 to play here in the second period. 5-3 for Durham.
If you want to get on a 50-50 draw, if we do it right now, we're going to have ourselves $110. If you want to get in on that total, you might have taken it.
Played back into the Durham zone. Kyler Nixon. Pass over to Terpstra. Terpstra. Pass into Cox. Pass picked off, but Johnston turns it over. Terpstra can't get a shot away as the Winterhawks converge on him. Johnston tried to break up that pass. Played in, hits the referee, and shot out to center. Nixon. Pass into Terpstra. Terpstra. Pass is picked off by Kazarian. Winterhawks back the other way. It is Johnston playing it deep. McMillan will play it off the glass and out to center. Offside as Kazarian played that pass. And it will be play. It will come back to the Saugeen Shores side of center. Face off in the neutral zone. 5:14 to play here in the second period. 5-3 for Durham. Hafling off the draw. McDermott puts it in deep. Bird out to play it. Hawk chasing after it. Played up the boards. And it will be Squigna taking off for Durham. Gains the line, but tried to make a move on Tatey and lost it. Hafling up the boards to Hawk. Hawk up to Underwood. Underwood plays it in deep. McDermott gives chase. Van Dyke for Durham. They are in behind the net. Van Dyke ends up with it. Skates out from behind his net. And his long pass goes too far. Icing is indicated, and it will be blown down with 4:30 to play here in the second period. Draw controlled by Durham off the draw. Knocked back into the Durham zone. Bird out to play it. Visenen, backhander out to center. Trevor Smith knocks it down. Rigney will pick it up. Mitchell. Rigney shot through. Blocked by Rolston. Mitchell picks it up, flicks it out to center. Aitken back to get it for Durham. Cycles it around to Dean Nixon. Nixon. Picked off by Rolston. Back the other way is Dave Grant. In front, Mitchell missed the net. And it comes out to center. Nick Quaid. Mitchell shoots it in. Rings it around the boards. Winterhawks changing. Off the Quaid shot. Stopped by Bird. He hangs on with 3:11 to play. Big shot from Nick Quaid. He makes the save. Kept in by Hafling at the point. Not for long, though, as Thundercats come away. Randy Cox puts it in behind the net. Hafling will pick it up. Smales puts it on the boards. Can't get it out. It will pop up in the air. Smales will get it again. Pass over to Wardell. Wardell shoots it in. Goes wide. Chris King behind the net. Up to Cox. He plays it back to Jeff McMillan. McMillan stops. And it will go for icing, as that long pass didn't quite connect. 2:24 to play here in the second period. And it is 5-3 for the Durham Thundercats. Kazarian to take the draw. Back to the point, Tatey. Shoots behind the net. Comes out front, net off. And that puck popped right out in front of Bert, but the net was off. So they'll have another face-off.
Drop the puck!
Kazarian wins the draw. Tatey from the point shoots through a crowd wide. Fraz will pick it up. Back to the point. Smith shot. Doesn't make it. Johnston couldn't find his. And it comes all the way down the ice. Tatey back to get it. Tatey over to Smith. To Kazarian. Kazarian to the neutral zone to Fraz. Fraz tries to play it over to Johnston. Can't get a stick on it. And that hit the linesman in the head, but as Trevor Smith had the bomb doors open, had him lined up, just getting out of the way at the last minute. As Smith brings it in, he shoots it deep. Tyler's Nixon.
Run, money, run!
Kyler Nixon behind the net. He's checked by Kyle Rolston. Stolen by Hawk. Trent Hawk loses it again. Nixon. Stolen by Rolston. Kyle Rolston. Back to the point. Underwood. One-timer. Quaid. It's there in the slot, and it's cleared away. Kyle Rolston keeps it in. And that will be shot down the ice, and that will be icing with 52 seconds left in the period. Draw is scrummed as Grant falls on the puck. And it is under his rear end. So they'll try it again. 48 seconds now on the clock. Bringing it away is Van Dyke. Puts it in behind Tatey. Tatey runs him into the boards. Trent Hawk makes a move on his man. McMillan puts it off the boards. Back out to center, 26 seconds left. Hafling back to get it. $16 seconds. And that goes too far. That'll be icing. 12 seconds left in the period. Kazarian to take the draw for the Winterhawks. He wins it. Back to the point. Smith keeps it in. 7 seconds. Kazarian centers. Rolston's there, batting it out of the air. Comes down, and it's knocked away. 2 seconds left, and that'll do it for the second period. It'll be a 5-3 lead for Durham after 40 minutes. Shots on goal. After 2 periods of play, the Winterhawks 25, Durham 14. It is 5-3 for Durham after 2 periods of play. We will be back with the third period in about 15 minutes time. Stand by. We are back for the third period here in Durham. It is 5-3. The Durham Thundercats leading the Saugeen Shores Winterhawks after 2 periods. Scoring in the second period at 2:37, Greg Wardell got the Winterhawks to within 2. Then at 7:26, Curtis Johnston made it 4-3. Assist to Kazarian and Fraz. And then at 8:33, it was Dean Nixon with a blast from the point to give Durham a 5-3 lead, and that's where we stand here as we head to the third period. We'll get some injury updates for you in just a moment. We can tell you a little bit of what's going on. Kevin McGivern is in the net for the Winterhawks. We can tell you that Josh Sturrock has a groin injury, and that's why he removed himself from the game. And that spells some trouble for the Winterhawks if Sturrock is out any length of time. Justin Ainsley also left the game. We can tell you that he is not injured. In fact, he broke a skate, the skate blade on his skates, and so he is done for the night, not injured, broken skate. So that is why Justin Ainsley has left the game. And we are underway in the third period. Kyler Nixon over to Jeff McMillan to start. Shot into the Winterhawk zone. McGivern will leave it for Quaid. Rings it around to Johnston. Goes too far, and that will go all the way down the ice on the fresh ice. That is icing. 16 seconds into the third period. Pass up to Johnston. Shot in on Burt. He will control. Pass up to Chris Brown. Long pass, too far for Terpstra. That will go for icing, and it will come back down into the Durham zone. Underwood over to Trent Hawk. Trent Hawk goes wide, stops, puts it in behind the net. We'll come around to Tatey. Tatey, his pass hits the referee in the skate. And Hawk will get it back of the net to McDermott. McDermott straight arms his man. And it will come around to Tatey. Tatey from the point over to Underwood. Underwood shoots at the net, scores! Blake Underwood! And the Winterhawks are within 1, a minute 20 seconds into the third period. Blake Underwood from a bit of an odd angle, right at the hash marks along the boards. He just threw it at the net, and sometimes that's all you have to do is that puck goes in, and the Winterhawks are within 1. It's 5-4. And that Blake Underwood from Greg Tatey and Brent McDermott at 1:20 of the third period. That is 5-4 now as Dave Grant brings it in to the Durham zone. Grant centering pass. Mitchell's shot stopped by Burt as he hangs on to that one. As Andy Mitchell had a chance right in the slot. Keith McMillan. Pass up to Brendan Ray. Shot in deep. Quaid back to get it. And shot in on McGivern. He makes the save. And he hangs on as that shot from the point from Van Dyke. Stopped by McGivern.
Come on, guys, let's go. Go,
And here comes McDermott with some speed into Underwood. Shot. And that went up and over the net. McDermott behind the net. Tries to cycle it back to Underwood. Loses the puck. McMillan rings it around to Terpstra. Terpstra brings it out to center. Long pass to Randy Cox. Cox has a jump. Puck is knocked aside. McDermott will pick it up. He overskates the puck. Kept in by the Thundercats. Out front. And that puck will just barely make it to the neutral zone as Underwood and Hawk go to the net. Underwood shot stopped. Rebound is there. Hawk picks it up. Throws it behind the net. Burt is down without his stick. Gatlin Burt doesn't have a stick. He gets Underwood. Shoots. Just goes wide. Burt. And that will go for icing as Burt will. No icing is waved off, but Burt gets his stick back. Shot up to the neutral zone. Giving chase is Zegel in the corner with Tatey. His man's knocked down. That was almost from behind by Chris King, but he caught just enough of him that the referee let it go. Winterhawks haven't taken a penalty here yet tonight as that puck pops up, hits a banner, and comes down. Draw controlled by the Winterhawks. Jay Thompson gets it up to Andy Mitchell. Dumped in. McMillan. Up to Visinen. Didn't make it to him. Yeah, there's Kyle Rolston back to Mitchell. Puts a backhander wide of the net as Mitchell wasn't expecting the pass from Rolston there as Rolston passed it off in the slot. In the corner, Grant fighting with McMillan. Grant. Mitchell turns it over. Back to the point. Smith can't hold it in. Smith leaving it for Dave Grant. Puts it in deep. Stolen by Squigna. Out to center. And that puck goes into the Durham bench. And if you're just joining us, Josh Sturak started this game for the Winterhawks. He left after one period of play with a groin injury. That's all the Winterhawks are saying right now. That's why Kevin McGivern is in the net. Justin Ainsley is also out of this game. He left with a broken skate blade, so he is A-okay, just has an equipment issue and can't play. Quaid shoots it in. Gloved by McMillan and knocked out to center. Hafling over to Quaid. Quaid, long pass up. Fraz lets it go, no icing. Bird out to play it. Van Dyke out to the point. Hafling, shot. Doesn't make it to the net. Cleared out and down the ice. That'll go for icing with 14:50 to play here in the third period. It is 5-4 for the Durham Thundercats. Puck kept in at the blue line by Trevor Smith. Nice play there. Van Dyke gets it up to Terpstra. Terpstra, long pass over to Brown. Brown shoots it in on McGivern. He makes the save and hangs on. 14:31 to play in the third period. Tatey off the draw over to Smith, rings it around the boards. Kept in. Nixon couldn't keep it in there as McDermott checked it off of him. Tatey behind his own net. Tatey, pass over to Trevor Smith. Smith, long pass to Trent Hawk. Over to Underwood. Underwood holds on. Down low to Hawk. Hawk looks out front. Can't find his man. Tatey will hold it in. Tatey plays it in behind the net. McDermott didn't make it to him. Smith will pinch in to try to hold it in. He does, but not for long as the long pass goes to Randy Cox, 2-on-1. Shot goes wide. Shot by Terpstra went wide. It was a bullet. Behind the net. Played in deep. As Kyle Rolston gets it up to Wardell. Wardell over the line. Has the man going to the net. Smales couldn't get a stick on it. He controls it, though. Smales puts it behind the net to King. Over to Wardell. It's in his feet, and it's played in behind the net. Rigney is hit by Smales. Väisänen. Smales shoots it in on Bird as he heads for a change. Wardell chases after it to try to hold it in, but Rigney will come away with it for Durham. Rigney, he's checked closely by Mitchell. Ringed around the boards.
Give it to him.
Hayfling.
That's it.
Knocked down is Hayfling. Väisänen along the boards, and it will be blown dead. 12:20 to play here in the third period. It is 5-4 for the Durham Thundercats. Behind the net. Shot puts it in. Hayfling knocked off the puck by Squigna. And Dave Grant will come away with it, puts it in deep. Squigna comes in, and that is offside. The referee is letting them play. You could argue that one could have been a trip. And that face-off will come back in the neutral zone just in front of the Winterhawks bench. Shot into the Saugeen Shore zone. Kyle Rolston back to get it. Rolston takes a hit. Very nearly turned it over. Battle in the corner. Shot in the corner. Lucas Schott playing his first game of the season for the Thundercats.
What about the Hawk? Come on, moron!
Here comes Trevor Smith. Long pass picked off. Keith McMillan will shoot it in. McGivern makes the save. Squigna in the corner. Knocked off the puck by Rolston. Kazarian picks it up. Pass up to Johnston. Johnston shoots it in deep. Long pass up. Terpstra. Along the boards, puck hits Hafling. Kazarian will chip it up and out. 10:33 to play here in the third period. Here comes Terpstra, stolen by Kazarian. Hafling, two on two with Trent Hawk. Catches the trailer. McDermott shot goes wide. And it will be Terpstra again. Terpstra puts it into the boards. Hafling knocks it up to the point. Kept in by Nixon. Shot goes wide. It's in behind. Centering pass. That one misses.
Come on, boys.
And Quaid will put it on the glass and out to center. Trent Hawk chases. Hawk behind the net. McDermott will get it. Takes a hit. Tatey will hold it in. And it will be cleared out. Here comes Terpstra for Durham. Terpstra over the line. Shot. Hits the crossbar. Bill Terpstra hit the crossbar. And it stayed out as I don't think McGivern he's still waiting for that one to come in. Wardell for the Winterhawks. Spins away from a check. Puts it in front. Nobody home. Jeff McMillan will pick it up. Visanen puts it in deep. Smales. Into Wardell. Wardell over the line. Shot. Blocked. Wardell back to the point. Quaid shoots through. It hits a skate right there in the slot. And Smales, what a save by Gatlinburg. He robbed Mike Smales right in front. Mike Smales had a wide open net and Burt threw the glove up. And he robbed him. What a save. That could be a game saver right there with 8:44 to go. Gatlinburg with a huge save off of Mike Smales. Behind the net off the draw, Dave Grant. Centers out Mitchell, shot. Goes wide. Thompson in the corner, out to the point, shot. Deflects it into the netting and out of play. And they're going to say that one was deflected by a Winterhawks, so a face-off will come outside the Durham zone with 8:28 to play. Rolston shoots it in. Van Dyke gloves it, knocks it down, goes wide, and that will go for icing with 8:18. So the face-off will come back to the Durham zone. Durham controls off the draw. Lucas shot. Puts it in deep. Quaid over to Mitchell. Mitchell with speed. Andy Mitchell brings it into the Durham zone. Andy Mitchell tries to make a move, loses it. Van Dyke will clear it out. Quaid knocks it down, and it's cleared out to center. And here comes Lucas' shot. Winds and fires, goes wide. It rings all the way around as the Durham Thundercats are changing. They had to wait to play that one. Make sure everybody was off the ice. Mitchell forechecking. Comes out to the point. Kept in. Into Kazarian. Kazarian makes the move. Burt dives. Johnston's shot was blocked and cleared away. Winterhawks getting some chances. Here comes Terpstra. Winds and fires. Stopped by McGivern. Here comes Greg Tatey now. Tatey backhands went in on Burt. He catches it, and he will hang on for the faceoff. 7:16 to play. Off the draw, back to the point. Hafling shoots, deflects wide. Burt lost Burt was knocked down, complaining that he was interfered with. Tatey back to Hafling. Behind the net, Burt. Underwood at center. Hawk loses it, goes back to Smith. Smith steps to the line, shoots. Burt makes the save. Hawk. And a penalty coming to the Winterhawks. It will be, it's going to be Gatlin Burt getting the penalty. He's complaining, I think. Gatlin Burt is not happy. I believe Gatlin Burt is getting the penalty. Yep, he is. Winterhawks power play, 6:16 to go. Gatlin Burt takes the penalty. A discussion here. 5-on-5. Okay, offsetting penalties, it looks like. That makes a little more sense. Terpstra will serve the Trevor Smith and Terpstra in the box for their respective teams. It remains 5-on-5. Welcome to the Linesman Show. Fake pump, drop the puck, throws the centerman out. Underwood takes a hit, keeps the puck. McDermott behind the net. Out to Underwood, shot hits. It might have caught a piece of Burt, but it went over the net. Centering pass out front. McDermott can't get a stick on it. It will be kept in at the point. Quaid. In the corner, McDermott. As here comes Rigney, knocked down. McMillan keeps it in for Durham. Behind the net, Rigney. Rigney makes a move, stripped of the puck. Hawk ends up with it. Trent Hawk. Trent Hawk down low. Dave Grant in the corner. Grant tries to center it out front, picked off, and back comes the Thundercats. Lucas Schott shoots in on McGivern, makes the save and hangs on. 4:57 to play, 5-4 is the score. Durham leads by 1. Hafling. To center. Here comes Schott over the line, makes a move, puts it in deep. 4:27 to go. Thundercats up by 1. Hafling to center, over to Mitchell. Hafling shoots. Hafling had the rebound there. Mitchell on the shot. They're down in the corner as the puck cleared up and down the ice. That will be icing as it will come back to the Durham zone with 4:08 to play. Officials having a word here. 4:08 to play. Don't know what that was all about. Kazarian, Franz, and Johnson with Quaid and Rolston. Quaid shot, a bit of a knuckler. Hit a skate, stays in. Played around the far boards. Played out by Nixon. Franz over to Quaid. And as you're watching this might be a first-round playoff matchup, and if it is, it'll be a heck of a series. Kazarian behind the net. Kazarian battling with Ben Davis. Out front, Johnston a shot, makes the save is Burt. Quaid holds it in, comes in there. Johnston can't get a stick on a rebound, and it's cleared away as Rolston steals, gets it passed over to Kazarian. Kazarian gains the zone, waits for his teammates who are changing. Kazarian out front. Hawk couldn't get a stick on that one. Rolston will keep it in, winds and fires. Rebound is there, pops up in the air, high stick, and it will be blown dead. High stick on the Durham player. So it will be a face-off in the Durham zone with 3:04 to play. Underwood, McDermott, Hawk, Trevor Smith, and Greg Tatey on the blue line. Draw scrummed. Played over to McDermott. McDermott in behind the net, takes a hit. Stolen by Rigney, who skates it out to center. Chips it up. Vizenen knocks it in deep. Tatey back to get it. He takes a hit. Smith battling with Rigney. Out front, shot stopped by McGivern. And here comes Greg Tatey, who tries to get it up. Can't get a clean pass away, and it's picked off by Rigney. Shoots, goes wide. Rebound is there, stopped by McGivern. What a save, Kevin McGivern. He slid over and made the save. Trent Hawk away. He's got two with him. Hawk into Underwood, and that will make it into Burt, and he hangs on with 2:17 to play here. Winterhawks down by one, looking to tie it up and force overtime. Thundercats looking to extend their winning streak to 5 games. We'll keep an eye on McGivern here as we get down to the final minutes of this game. Winterhawks win the draw, put into the far corner. Thompson gives chase. Puck pops up in the air. Grant plays it around. Played up to Squigna. Played in deep. On the net. Lucas shot. Takes a hit.
Keep it down there. That's it.
He's guarding the puck. Mitchell steals. Mitchell with a man on him. He's got a hook penalty coming to Durham. Dave Grant plays it deep. Winterhawks at the extra attacker. Burt will play it to get the whistle. 1:44 to go. The Winterhawks will have a power play for the rest of regulation. That was a hook, and it will go on Lucas' shot. Lucas' shot goes for hooking. Winterhawks with their second power play of the night. And it is a power play looking to tie it here. Kazarian, Johnston, Franz, Hafling, and Quaid on the points. Draw one. It's scrummed. Kazarian controls. Brian Kazarian in the corner. Kazarian out to Johnston. Shot stopped. Rebound there. Kazarian gets it back. Kazarian down low. Franz. Kazarian. Kazarian guarding the puck. Kazarian operating out of the phone with Johnson. Stop. Rebound goes wide. Kazarian. Down low to Franz. Kazarian in front. Franz there. Rebound. Quaid can't get it. Hafling plays it back to Quaid. Quaid over to Franz at the point. Franz down low. Kazarian out front. Franz shot goes wide. The rebound is there. 1 minute to go. Quaid back of the net. Kazarian. Kazarian out front. Johnston shot. Scores! Curtis Johnston ties the game. We are all tied up 5-5 with 47 seconds left. Curtis Johnston ties it on the power play. And we are all tied up.
You're a moron, Rip! You're a goat!
5-5 tied up. The Winterhawks have erased a 5-3 deficit. Rolston shoots it in. Winterhawks in there. Underwood, and it's whistled down on the offside. Johnston from Kazarian and Fraz on the power play at 19:13 of the third period, tied up with 40 seconds left here in regulation. Kyler Nixon brings it in. Ring Visinen spins away from a check. Loses the puck. It's in the corner. Cleared up and out to center. 17 seconds left. Rolston up to McDermott. McDermott to Hawk. 10 seconds. One last chance before the third period ends. Hawk back to the point, and that'll run out of time. We're heading to overtime. The Winterhawks get a valuable point. They are now tied with the Ripley Wolves for third place in the North Division, no matter what happens here the rest of the way. Shots on goal in the third period, 13-7 for Saugeen Shores.
The ref, he's going back to Troy Duggan on the bus.
So the two teams will play a 5-minute 5-on-5 overtime period. If that does not settle in anything, it's a shootout. Five minutes, 5-on-5. Pardon me, it'll be 4-on-4. Should correct myself. 4-on-4 overtime. It will be Dave Grant and Andy Mitchell with Kyle Rolston and Trevor Smith. And off the draw, it is Dave Grant bringing it in. Dave Grant makes a move, has the puck stripped by Kyler Nixon, and the Thundercats come back the other way. Puck stripped. Stick goes flying of Kyle Rolston. And as Hafling comes over the boards, as Rolston's stick went. It is Hafling setting up behind his own net. Over to Dave Grant. Up to Hafling. Hafling brings it in. Plays it down low, picked off, and back come the Thundercats. It is Chris Brown shooting it in. Randy Cox clears it back to Johnston. Johnston turns back the other way. Curtis Johnston's got three with them. Kazarian shot up and over the netting and out of play. 4:06 left in overtime. We are all tied up. It is 5-5 in overtime. It is Johnston and Kazarian. They have Tatey and Smith. Off the boards, Terpstra to Rigney. Rigney away. Offside. Linesman wasn't looking. And it keeps going. Terpstra. Tatey leaves it for Kazarian. Kazarian brings it in. Kazarian goes wide, has the puck stripped. Tatey tries to hold it in, knocks Terpstra down. Here comes Rigney, Lone Ranger rush. Rigney waiting for Terpstra to get back in the play. Comes back out to center. It is Dean Nixon. As Kyler Nixon is knocked down, Winterhawks 2-on-2. It's Fraz and Hawk. Hawk waits, shoots, stopped, rebound is there. Hawk right in, missed the net. The puck just squirted wide of the net. Trent Hawk had the game on his stick, and he missed the net. Here comes Dean Nixon, up to Kyler Nixon. He goes wide. He's hit by Quaid. 2:47 left in overtime. Blake Underwood, 2-on-1 with Hawk. Shot, stopped by Burt. Back come the Thundercats the other way. Shot, stopped by McGivern. Pops up in the air. Comes out to center. Shot, plays it back. McMillan over to Van Dyke. Van Dyke to Squigna. He plays it in deep into the corner. Puck popped up in the air, and McMillan plays it in the corner. Stolen. McDermott comes away with it. McDermott breaking in. Brent McDermott stopped by Burden, out of play. 2:08 to play in overtime. Face-off coming out. And one off the draw. Dave Grant controls. He's tried to play it ahead, and he's in the corner. Comes out. Dave Grant centering pass right in front. Stopped by Burt. And Andy Mitchell cleared right into the goalpost. No call, as Mitchell was plowed from behind into the goalpost. 1:57 to play. Grant and Mitchell, Hafling and Tatey. It is Randy Cox and Chris Brown with Jeff McMillan and come. Mitchell knocked down in front. Comes Brown. Randy Cox makes a move. Cleared into the corner by Hafling. Shot stopped by McGivern. He gloves it. 1:38 to play in overtime. Tied 5-5. Kazarian and Johnston, Trevor Smith and Kyle Rolston. Kazarian gives chase. Bird out to play it, turns it over. Kazarian tried to center, hit somebody. Rolston at the point. Puck deflects off Johnson's stick, didn't make it to the net. Played in, and that is offside. 1:15 to go. Squigna. Pardon me, Dean Nixon back for Durham. Pass up to Kyler Nixon. Over to Terpstra. 1 minute to go in overtime. Terpstra goes wide. Centering pass goes wide. Behind the net. Kyler Nixon will pick it up. Terpstra tries to poke it by. Comes out front. Andy Fraz leaves it for Trent Hawk. Trent Hawk away. He's got Kyle Rolston going to the net. Kyle Rolston couldn't get a stick on the centering pass. Hawk behind the net, takes a hit. Gets the puck away from Nixon. Trent Hawk takes it to the net. Hawk in front. And I think it went wide. Andy Fraz had a good chance there. 25 seconds left in overtime. Shot in by Trevor Smith. Burt stops that. Terpstra. In to Randy Cox. Cox centering pass goes wide. 8 seconds left. Shot from the point. Deflects, rebound, scores! 5 seconds left, and Durham wins.
How'd you like that, boys?
5 seconds left.
Overtime winner was scored by number 24, Bill Terpstra. Number 14,
Bill Terpstra gets the overtime winner. That is all for us here in Durham. 6-5 is the final in overtime. Durham wins it with 5 seconds left in the overtime period. And with that, the Winterhawks pick up a valuable point. Tomorrow night, the Winterhawks are in Durham, or they're in Durham now. Tomorrow night, they are in Ripley to face the Wolves. That is a huge game now. Those two teams are tied in the standings. And the winner of that one will take over third place in the North Division. We will have Twitter updates from Durham tomorrow night. There won't be a live stream. Tomorrow night, 7:30 in Ripley against the Ripley Wolves. Good night from Durham.